वो क्रिस्टियानो रोनाल्डो और पर ये बहुत बड़ा है हमारे भाई
Down by the lakeside, we're sailing in a...
Hello. My cristiano. Diego Jota.
Portugal versus Croatia, live from Toronto, is coming up. Well, Diego Jota's image was shown on the screen at the end of the Portuguese anthem. Portuguese players have had commemorative wristbands during this tournament, every player's name and that of Diego Jota on those wristbands. Sure to be a very emotional evening for them amid what is a terrific atmosphere between two great European powers of the last generation, really, Tab.
And you know, every 4 years the World Cup reminds us that even the greatest careers have a final chapter, and Let's see whose final chapter today could be and who moves on.
खुराक है मेरी बल्ले।
Jared Gillett.
Gaana potresti comunque. Thiago Costa, Nuno Mendes, Roberto Liga, Ruben Dias, Patanilan, Vitinha, Gio Neves, Rafael, Bruno Fernandes, Pedro Neto, Ronaldo, Cristiano. 1-3-2-4.
Philadelphia, and they got it. And with the same starting 11, which head coach Zlatko Dalic names tonight. It means that Ante Budimir continues up front. He scored the winner here in the 1-0 group victory over Panama. That game marks Luka Modric's 200th international. Not far behind him, Ivan Perisic, who plays a 21st time in a World Cup. Each of those has been as a starter. Roberto Martinez, who said yesterday, World Cup Part 2 starts tonight. Zlatko Dalic, the 59-year-old, who's only ever known comparative success when he brings Croatia to the world stage. First time in a World Cup match that two outfield players aged 40 plus have faced each other. And look at the scene. In the far distance there, the CN Tower. 550 metres up from the ground. Two players who've scaled the mountain peaks in football clash tonight. The first whistle, the last dance for someone at a World Cup. Croatia are in the blue tonight to avoid a clash. Both sides have changed shirts. It's been a World Cup of surprises. It's been a World Cup of sensational moments. We have a group of players on this pitch who could just heighten the drama and increase the superlatives tonight. It's officially a white kit, but with some green trim for Portugal. Reasons for both teams to feel at home as well, such as the support. Toronto staged 5 games already, but this has really gone to another level. Will the game match the occasion?
And it looks like Portugal is taking the initiative in the game, and Croatia's going to wait and counter. Croatia, not a team known for having a lot of possession. They didn't have it in qualifying, and they haven't had it a lot in this World Cup.
Roberto Martinez said it's the team that wants the ball and can drive the agenda that's going to win this game. Effectively, both ends of the ground have got massed ranks of each side supporters. It's quite marked how large the Croatian support was when they played here in the group phase. But Portugal as well, almost a second home many in the Toronto area. Up to 400,000 Portuguese expats across this country, most of them in the greater Toronto and Ontario area of this country. Stanisic will take the throw. Gracic has retained his place alongside Shutalo up front. The early run and cross from Vlasic, and the finish, a pretty weak one from Budimir.
And this is a good run from Vlasic, coming all the way across the field. And he wasn't picked up, had the room to put the ball in the middle of the box for Budimir to get his first shot.
Vlasic, the match winner in Philadelphia against Ghana from a Luka Modric corner. He keeps his place in the starting 11 tonight. Budimir keeps his spot up top. Should mention, of course, Andrej Kramaric, another of the great generation of throw-out players. He's been struggling with injury. We've not seen him in this World Cup. 35-year-old, another member of the 100-plus camp group. Leao now is going to stretch them, and he's going to cross, and that's a great save, but on the follow-up, it's blocked. And Bruno Fernandes was very, very close to forcing a way through for Portugal, only to be denied by Novakovic. And then that Croatian backline.
And they're looking at something here. Nothing there, but what a great run from Leao. Already showing his speed and his danger on that side.
Leao's done enough to force his way into the starting lineup for the first time at a World Cup. Did score in the comfortable group win over Uzbekistan. This is a positive start, though, from Portugal.
Ronaldo. It's passing.
And it'll be a goal kick.
And there it is. Nuno Mendes finding Leao behind, cuts it back to Bruno Fernandes, top of the box, coming into the box. Oh, and that's a good save from Novakovic.
It looked like from Gracic, who got the follow-up block. There were some appeals there. You can see Ronaldo asking about a handball. That's why we had a momentary delay. The referee from Norway was having a look at that. He's also very close to that challenge, which draws a free kick. Vucic wrong-footed, the other goal scorer in Philadelphia for Croatia. Neves, room for Leao to take this, and the early ball, and Novakovic has got some work to do, and he just palms it behind for the game's first corner.
And this starts with a great run from Nuno Mendes across the box. It drags the defender, leaves Leao wide. And Leao hits a great cross inside the box that Bruno Fernandes almost gets a head on it.
Corner taken short. This is Neto. Lifted in and just over the head of Ronaldo, and then volleyed over the top by Cancelo. In terms of settling, you'd give the first 7 minutes very much to Portugal. One raid forward from Croatia. Kovacic. Space on the right for Sucic. He's not going to reach that.
That was good pressure from Portugal in the middle right away. As soon as Kovacic started to dribble with the ball, 4 defenders collapsed on him. He was forced to play that ball too early for Sucic.
Wide by Bruno Fernandes. Perisic didn't get there. Neto could. And he'll cross, and Ronaldo's in there again, and Livakovic came out for it. He didn't get anything on it either. It's gone behind for a goal kick.
And this looked to be a perfect in-swinger from Neto that goes right to Ronaldo's head. And they all missed it.
Two defenders, Ronaldo and a goalkeeper. He's wondering how someone didn't get any touch on him. Bright start though. Cool evening at Toronto Stadium. We're a little concerned about some weather that's been floating around. The temperature's dropped dramatically, but at the moment it's staying away from this end of town. We are just a stone's throw from Lake Ontario, way behind the south stand in this remarkably remodeled venue that is the home of Toronto FC in Major League Soccer. For Croatia to cross, and once again it's Budimir who's the target, and it loops over the top from the Croatian striker. We've got a lot of VIPs in the building tonight. Davos Suker, Nuno Gomez, great players for either side from yesteryear, sitting there with the Secretary General of FIFA, who is here tonight.
Croatia was able to connect a couple of passes. They've been doing better in this World Cup when they find Baturina in between lines, in between the defenders in the midfield.
Now, decided to release the pass, and then afterwards the challenge has gone in and it's drawn the foul. Croatia are not happy about it. Nuno Mendes ending up on the floor.
Got a little piece of them. Good call by the referee.
Give you an idea of how bright Portugal have been from the opening. 4 attempts in the opening 7 minutes of this game today. They had 7 attempts in the whole of the final group game against Colombia in Miami. Now then, I think he fancies these from this kind of range. We've seen him do it once or twice.
I think he's hit 1 or 2 of these.
Nuno Mendes has scored from a free kick at this World Cup as well. Dare we say that Ronaldo could ever be a decoy? Distance-wise, you feel it's perfect for him to get it up and over. One set of fans hoping. There it is, right off the wall. Didn't really hit it with too much conviction. Gracic might disagree with me on that, but here's the effort.
He didn't get enough height on it to try to get it over the wall.
Cristiano Ronaldo scored his first goal in a Real Madrid shirt in this stadium in a 5-1 exhibition game victory over Toronto FC in 2009.
You know, and as you watch Ronaldo take that free kick, makes you think about a player like him that sets an era. How many players line up nowadays to take a free kick like Cristiano Ronaldo?
Leao has just comfortably got past Stanisic. I think he's got quite a battle on his hands, the man from Bayern Munich tonight. This time Stanisic has Leao in front of him. Coutinho's header. Modric finds Patarina on this left side. He's got three players now through the middle, including the tall Budimir. Modric's switch was looking for Vlasic. Luka Modric, the third oldest outfield player ever at a World Cup. Was the man who's second. He's on the opposing team tonight. There's Neto, and that header is actually going to go behind from Gracic for a Portuguese corner. Mendes taking his time to come across and take it. This is right in front of the Croatian supporters. You can see the sun there, a bit of an issue for Livakovic as it's continuing to drop. Pace on it, and over from Vega.
This is an excellent cross from Nuno Mendes. And here comes Vega. He's got the whole goal clear in front of him. And he gets the forehit on it. You want to send those back where the ball comes from if he goes for that near post.
And a yellow card. Ruben Dias is protesting his innocence, but he goes into the book by a referee who does have a reputation for being no-nonsense. And you can see there the left arm. First caution of the game goes to Portugal. Sucic with the run down the line. And he'll get a free kick. And slow to get up as well. The man who scored a fine opener against Ghana in Philadelphia last Saturday. First real chance for Croatia to get some numbers into the box. Modric, one or two players standing over it. It is Modric. Mendes away, and then coming across is Stanisic.
Free kick came up a little short. Croatia has to take advantage of those.
Ronaldo. Pass.
It's the first World Cup meeting between the two, but Portugal unbeaten in all 6 competitive matches. They won 5 of them as well. One draw between the two. That was in November 2024 in Split. A Croatia win came in a friendly June 2024. Modric and Budimir the scorers in a 2-1 victory for Croatia. Diego Jota was the goal scorer for Portugal. Both seem to be pleased about how the temperature has dropped markedly from what it was like when they would have arrived at the stadium when they first stepped out onto the field. We were up above 30 Celsius. And of course, Roberto Martinez pointing out in the press conference yesterday that his team has been training in the heat of Florida. Croatia have been in Alexandria, Virginia, so somewhat further to the north.
There's the big difference. Roberto Martinez prepared the team for the heat and the humidity.
And you know, as these players will have arrived in town yesterday, extraordinary scenes, the highway closed coming in from the airport as they made their way to the hotel. It was officially Canada Day here yesterday, but it almost became Portugal Day. They were held up so much they arrived a few minutes late and walked into the press conference apologetically, but another throw for them here. Cultural significance of them being in this city. You can take a wander to the west end of Toronto, where little Portugal is found. But don't underestimate the Croatian support in this area as well. Not far from here, Father Cabot Croatian Park in Mississauga, 20 miles away. A big following of Croatian fans are watching the game on a big screen tonight. Cancelo. It's off Modric. Didn't go out. Coutinho in field. Coutinho spoke to the media yesterday as well, and he urged all those Portuguese Canadians to will this team on to victory. We need you, he said. Well, they set up Vlasic against him that time.
And that was good 1v1 defending. Won the ball cleanly. Unfortunately, they already lost it, and this Croatia's just sitting back at this point, and Portugal's going to have to start moving this ball a little bit quicker.
Marcelo cuts in field again. They're looking for the width that they've got on the left side now, and Nuno Mendes, Ronaldo. Good ball in, and Pongracic diving, heads it behind for another corner.
And this is a great cross there, I believe, Nuno Mendes, and what a great play from Pongracic there, as it looked like Neto was lurking there in the far post.
This manager likes it. That Pongracic had to get to, you feel. Mendes again to deliver the corner. And once more, it went all the way through and then was met at the back post before going over the top. And we've just passed the midway points of the first half. Portugal have had the better of it so far as we go into our first hydration break.
So who are we playing? It's a local crew. They're legit. They play win or go home. And this crew hasn't gone home in 30 years.
For real?
3 kids. Isaac, Ruthie, and, hold on, what's his name? Clive. They start off playing kids their age. They win. Then older kids. They win? Of course they win. Otherwise, there's no story. Anyway, times change. The results didn't. 30 years.
No one beat them?
Not a winning streak. That's a legend.
Who's up next?
The midfielders are making runs into the box. I'd like to see Neves maybe get into the box and Bruno Fernandes a little bit more.
Well, the tablet's out. Chance to pass on some tactical insight from both head coaches here. Portugal up to 7 attempts now. The only one on target was that of Fernandes after just 4 minutes. Well, got the full works out there. You've got Austin McPhee as well, the famed set-piece coach. One of Roberto Martinez's assistants. Coaching staff, bags of experience as well. Ricardo Carvalho's there. The goalkeeping coach is Ricardo, who famously saved the 3 penalties against England back in 2006. Look at this scene. There's the CN Tower in the backdrop. Wonderful view of downtown Toronto in Lakeshore, away to the west of the city of Toronto. Talk about some big moments in this city's sporting history. It's a long time since they won hockey's Stanley Cup. Walk-off home run to win baseball's World Series in the 1990s. The Toronto Blue Jays came very close to winning it last year as well. And the team that normally plays here, Toronto FC, won a treble 9 years ago. But this one has had all the build-up to make it one of the great Toronto sports moments. And here is Sucic running at them. And it falls to Baturina. Shot repelled, forced wide. Perisic now. Expertly finding space. Sucic, it's with Stanisic. Now Vlasic. Shitalo has been ever present so far, and they've partnered him since that first game against England where they conceded 4 with Pongracic, which has meant that the teenager Luka Vuskovic has been on the bench. One of those that they see as part of Croatia's future, though. A future being ushered in by some wonderful servants, not least of which the man on the ball now. And they've set it away for Vlasic. Baturina in support, and now the flag is up.
Yeah, it seems like he's about a step ahead.
Great Canadian singer Nelly Furtado in the building this evening, and she's just seen herself on the screen as well.
And Portugal is a team, they have an excellent trio in the middle of the field, and Neves, Vitinha and Bruno Fernandes, and they like to play down the middle, but in order to do that, they're going to have to open up the field and really have Leao on one side, basically standing on the line, and here Neto on the other one, to open them up more.
Marcelo trying to open them up now. The ball into the box, all the way through! And once again, somehow, it evades Ronaldo, who was arriving into the 6-yard box.
And here's the switch, that's what we were just talking about. They have to open up the field. And Neto cuts inside and hits a great in-swinger. Ronaldo is inches away from getting another World Cup goal.
Well, he's already the first player to score at 6 World Cups, of course. Love one here tonight. Now, Vlasic is there to stick a toe in. He's really helping out Stanisic on that side now after those first few minutes where Leao was taking on the Bayern Munich man on his own. Neto, Marcelo. Portugal were inches away from defeat against Colombia in their last group stage match. The length of the toe of Davinson Sanchez, the only difference between defeat and the draw they got in Miami. They've looked more assured, more confident. Vitinha said yesterday that the game ran away from them a little bit in the early stages of the match against Colombia. You can see the way they set about this task tonight. A bit more intensity. The applause at the moment is coming from their head coach, the man who led Belgium to their best World Cup campaign in 2018. back to his feet, and the referee played advantage now with Leao. Bruno Fernandes is in the middle. And it's him to try and keep it alive to the edge of the box for João Neves. Then Mendes again. And the cross had some bigger behind it, and so did the second one, and it's behind for another corner.
And the whole sequence starts with a Bruno Fernandes run into the box from midfield. This is what's going to help them to create opportunities. Here's Bruno Fernandes with an excellent ball across the box. Livakovic does a good job there getting the hands on it and pushing it for a corner.
They are with the corner, they play it short. Mendes wants to go with his right. And blocked, and there's a break on now if Croatia can get upfield. Baturina was all alone, and he's lost possession. Fairly, says our Norwegian referee. And that'll be a foul. Every moment, every fall, every decision met with huge cries from both sets of supporters. That was the challenge from Baturina, and then there's the foul on Vitinha as called by the referee. Kovacic starts the move that brings Croatia out of their own half. Mendes with the interception. Leao now sets off on the run. Stelsic watched him all the way.
That was a good idea from Nunes, trying to find him over the top.
Possession very much going Portugal's way. You think, though, Tav, to a certain extent, Croatia won't mind losing that particular battle at the moment?
Yeah, I think Croatia looks comfortable. They came out of the hydration break with their line a little bit higher, and maybe that's helping them. But they're going to need runs like the one that Kovacic just made. You know, we'll pass up the middle to break the press. Somehow they have to break that initial press and connect a couple passes so that they can get their players forward. They need to buy a little bit of time to push numbers forward.
Kucic polarized this time.
Looks like it's a little bit of the knee there. Knee on the thigh.
Neto. Seller's outside him, and this time an easier one for Livakovic. And Modric just made the early run, and look at him streaking away. Mendes tracking back. first in 41 in September.
And he just made a 50-yard sprint forward. We covered his game the other day, and we saw him block shots in the box. We saw him intercept balls in the box. He was all over the field.
The assumption is that he'll draw his career to a close at the end of this World Cup. There is the offer of an extension, another year from AC Milan. And of course, we wonder with Ronaldo on the other side, how much longer this storied career goes. Of the two of them, Ronaldo's certainly come closer to a goal tonight, and he's actually never scored in a World Cup knockout match. Neto, Ballerina was back marking him. This is Mendes now on the other side of the field. Renato Vega. So much of this first half has been played in the Croatian half. You see the coaches are just trying to wave them up a little bit. In danger of sinking too deep, but then susceptible to the ball over the top like that one. And that was off the head of Stanisic. And it's another Portuguese corner.
Another important run from Bruno Fernandes out of midfield.
Bruno Fernandes poised to take Portugal's 5th corner of this first half. This time lifted in and all the way. Once again, just a little glance that time of Sutalo. Now those fans watching their team with a lot of Portuguese pressure on them. One from the corner for Cancelo. Mendes lifted in. Vega was at the back, needed that header. Well, just 7% of this match has been played in Portugal's defensive third of the field. Croatia very much used to playing with their backs up against their massed ranks of supporters behind them. They weren't totally convincing here in their victory over Panama. It was one of those days where they kind of got the job done. They put Budimir into the game at half-time. He rewarded them with a goal. Really mentioned his name too much, but here's a chance to look on board. Vlasic down the right. Sucic picks it up. Support from Ballerina. There's players available to the left as well. Vlasic helps it to Perisic. He shrugs off it, and they'll actually get it back. Sucic. No foul again, says the referee. The Croatians have not won too many decisions, and now they're going to try and get some numbers back, because here comes Portugal, but they are on the other side. That's the Croatian fans you can hear. Well, Vlasic again, marshalling him. Ronaldo's little touch. Bruno Fernandes away. Referee will play advantage for Croatia this time. Kovacic. Baturina. Well, Croatia have got it up there, Tab. They really haven't been able to keep it there, have they?
No, but it benefits them when they find Baturina. The last two times Baturina was found in between lines there, he was able to put one ball into a winger and the second one to Kovacic in the center, and then make that overlapping run on the left side. They need to find him a little bit more and see if he can come back a little bit more and combine to help Croatia get out.
We'll have 4 added minutes at the end of this first half. A goalless first half at the Toronto Stadium. The winner is heading to Texas, to Dallas, for a round of 16 tie on Monday, July 6th against Spain. Comfortable winners today over Austria. There's a Spaniard who will relish that. He was actually asked about it in the press conference yesterday, and he said, you just cannot allow yourself to look that far ahead at the moment. Petinia. Portugal just having their way with the ball in this first half. There's going to be a fatigue factor as well, though, Tab, isn't there, for Croatia, if they don't get a little bit more of the ball, even if they are happy to sit back a bit.
At some point, you know, you have to move your lines up and you have to start sending numbers, and you can only do that when you're able to hold on to possession for 2 or 3 passes. That's what allows you the time for some of the other players to get up the field, and then you can find them in support. They have not been able to do that but 2 or 3 times this whole half.
Into added time, with a foul on the far side from Sucic.
Not much there, just a little push.
I think Croatia are going to want this breather a little bit more than Portugal at the moment. I think they'll be quite happy to keep this going. Here goes Neto. Another good ball in. Fernandes was up there. There's Leao arriving. But he can't control the volley and sends it behind for a goal kick.
And another good ball from the right side. Another in-swinging ball from Neto. And Leao tries to volley right-footed. That was a pretty good opportunity. Should have probably done a little better with that one.
Well, that sums up the first half for Budimir. He's been a lone front man as the blue shirts have sunk almost constantly back to their own 18-yard box.
But I'm not sure Croatia would be too unhappy with their performance so far.
Budimir's had only 6 touches, just 1 since the 17th minute, so you wonder what that man is thinking as he prepares his half-time team tour. Very animated, Roberto Martinez. The Portuguese media were quite animated with him yesterday as well. the victory over Uzbekistan. And Skudemir this time wins a free kick. Both sides, remember, finished second in their group. An acceptable path, of course, in the early stages of a World Cup, but no second place now.
In a group where all the teams were changing positions, so the last 20 minutes, when England scored those 2 quick goals against Panama, that put them in first place to stay.
Yes, it was a topsy-turvy day across those groups, Group L and Group K, that these two teams played in. Another Croatian free kick taken quickly for Sucic, who scored from this kind of range in Philadelphia in that victory over Ghana. This is Kovacic. Nicely done from Stanisic, and they can now open it up for Perisic to chase. Neto is back with him. And with that, the referee blows his whistle. It's half-time in the round of 32. The Modric, Ronaldo showdown yields no goals in the first half. Bruno Fernandes, in fact, was closest to breaking the deadlock. Head to the dressing rooms. We head to half-time with a scoreline in this round of 32 tie. Portugal 0, Croatia 0.
So who we playing?
Local crew. They're legit. They play win or go home. This crew hasn't gone home in 30 years.
Who's up next?
The times changed, the results didn't.
For real?
I know. Hard to believe, right?
Who's up next?
We are 76.
Into the dressing room. On tap, put yourself in the position now of the two head coaches. We'll think about what they might be conveying to their players in just a moment. First, though, we can get some first-half reaction from the coach.
Ricardo, balanço desta primeira parte com o domínio português, a estatística não mente depois do que vimos aqui.
Sim, é meio inequívoco a nossa superioridade. Queremos e podíamos ter traduzido em gols, tivemos oportunidades para marcar, mas é continuar a tentar, é continuar a insistir como estamos a insistir, porque o que estamos a ver, a Croácia está a jogar no nosso erro, está a jogar numa bola que possa roubar a meio campo e com jogadores com qualidade de poder nos ferir. É continuar, porque eu acredito que como nós estamos, a bola tem que entrar, a bola vai entrar, e quando entrar também há uma libertação normal do nosso tipo de jogo e o adversário vai ter que reagir também.
Importante estar alerta para as transições da Croácia, não é?
Sim, porque estão a ver, melhor que eu até, é praticamente isso. Tem jogadores com bastante qualidade, temos de estar bastante atentos, mas aquilo que nós estamos a fazer reflete o que é o nosso valor, a nossa crença e a nossa qualidade. Agora, é uma diferença muito pequenina a bola entrar e não tivemos oportunidades.
Mensagem-chave para a segunda parte.
Continuar a insistir porque elas vão chegar e elas vão entrar.
Obrigado.
Here's the statistics at the end of the first half. Portugal 0, Croatia 0. Portuguese possession very strong. Double that of their opponents, and the attempts at goal high as well with 9.
Yeah, and both teams in general have been what we've expected. Croatia has gotten here by being conservative and countering. a 1-0 win versus Panama, a 2-1 win versus Ghana. On Portugal's side, they've had a lot of possession in their games, and they haven't turned the possession has now turned into chances.
Ronaldo's had a couple of chances in that first half as crosses came in from particularly the right-hand side. Budimir has not had many touches of the ball even at all since his early opportunity. Just 7 touches was the fewest of any outfield player. But he's the kind of player who needs service. And the final third entries will tell you a little bit about those kind of service from each side. And you can see drastically different numbers for each team.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that, you know, Portugal is trying to exploit with Rafa Leão on one side and with Neto on the other side, and they've been quite successful with that. 16 times on one side, 18 times on the other. As we can see, Croatia has barely gotten over midfield and has barely gotten any final third entries.
Second half is coming up from Toronto Stadium.
se o jogo está oportunidade, nunca foi grandes oportunidades. Não tem problema. Não tem problema. Os dois de um lado, agora vai ter que sair um. Ela
Welcome back to the Toronto Stadium. Last words in the tunnel from Portuguese captain Cristiano Ronaldo to his players, or some of them anyway, before they will emerge for the second half in this round of 32 time. Much the better of the opening 45 minutes, but they couldn't find a way through a dogged Croatian backline. Portuguese the first to emerge. Luka Modric now to bring the Croatians out. He has signalled that this tournament will bring down the curtain on certainly his international career and wonders on the club career as well. We wonder therefore whether we could potentially be watching his last half of football, certainly in a Croatian shirt. His team will need to get a little bit better in this second half, and like Dalic said yesterday, you're focused, and you lose that focus, you'll make an error, and it's over. Croatia are going to make a substitution at half-time, and they're going to bring on the tall striker Igor Matanovic, and Ante Budimir is off. So this is a change that they made the weekend in Philadelphia as well, with Matanovic coming into the game against Ghana. He's 6'5", so there's certainly an aerial threat in there. This goes Freiburg in Germany. Third straight sub-appearance at this World Cup. Here we go then. The second half underway in Toronto on a beautiful evening in Ontario, at Lakeshore, down close to the banks of Lake Ontario. And a cool breeze has been blowing in from a storm has passed to our south. On the field, these two teams going toe-to-toe with an early chance for Mendes, and he was looking for Ronaldo, maybe should have gone alone. Only 25 seconds on the clock as Nuno Mendes forced his way into the Croatian penalty area. Well, almost all Portugal camped in the Croatian half in the first half of the game. Tab Ramos, second half starting in the same vein.
Yeah, and that's what we've been waiting a little bit more of that from Mendes on the left side, and he goes through, and he could have been a little bit more selfish. It looked like he had room for a shot there.
Yeah, wrong option. I thought he should have just had a go. Opted to pass. Leao. Ronaldo's touch. Vlasic away. Here's the substitute's first touches, Matanovic. He loses out as well. It's been a hard night for any Croatian striker, but Kovacic brings them away now. Baturina to one side, and here's Petar Sucic. He opts for the cross. And now Vlasic. Kovacic again. Baturina's out there. The block is made by Cancelo. Modric.
It looked like Sučić had a chance to take a shot from the right side, but chose also to go for the pass.
Well, that's right. We've seen both fullbacks, or one fullback and one wide man, get into the box in the early moments of this half. And both times, or close to the box in Sučić's case, and he scored a fine goal at the weekend. They've opted not to shoot. Matanovic now, trying to battle his way through. Oh, they picked it up. It's Kovacic! It's the side netting.
Oh, it got a little bit messy there in the middle. And all of a sudden, Kovacic picks up the loose ball and goes right through the defenders. And it looks like Costa got a little piece of it.
Just a little touch to send it wide and behind. This is Croatia's first corner of the game. Six for Portugal in the first half. Modric stands over it. Scored in these circumstances the winning goal against Ghana. They opt to go short. Kovacic. Modric. Now the cross, comfortable for Leao. Oh, and then he showed too much of it. And so Vlasic said, well, if you're going to present the chance, I'm going to have a go. And he puts it wide.
And we know Vlasic can definitely shoot. As we saw him against Ghana, he had a couple from outside the box. Leao took a chance there and makes a mistake and left it there for the shot.
A bit more goal-mouth activity to start the second half, and I think we're happy to see that. Portugal have not failed to score in consecutive World Cup matches since the 2010 edition. And they were held to a stalemate by Brazil and Spain. And Matanovic's ball actually breaks as Sučić tries to bring it forward. Now a little bit of space for Bruno Fernandes. Cancelo is outside in.
You know, you'd like to see Portugal push the game more. You know, it seems like they get into the offensive attacking third, and then they turn around and pass back.
Well, one back. It's Fernandes, and then Leao rather wastes the opportunity presented to him. Matanovic with a foul on Vitinha. And the man from the Algarve sweeps it out to the feet of Leao. So after that flurry at the start of the second half, does it just slow down again for a moment? Bruno Fernandes.
Portugal's going to have to hit some long diagonal balls. You know, if you go from one player to the next to get all around, it's difficult.
Vitinha trying to drive straight through the middle.
Those long diagonal balls will help Portugal open up the field. At this moment, Their circulation is too slow by connecting with all the players as they go from one side to the other.
And I guess the central point of this is that the man at the top there